South Korea is recognized as one of the healthiest countries in the world. Every single year it ranks in the top 2 or 3 in terms of overall life expectancy, and it's world pioneering in terms of its approach to preventative healthcare. At least that's what the stats say. I was in Korea for a week, and what struck me was how physically healthy people looked. The quality of food is incredible. But then I realized I had the framing of a very healthy country in a very specific angle. I thought healthy meant less stress, more balance, a slower, more gentle pace of life. And yet Korea doesn't fit any of those descriptions. It has one of the highest suicide rates of anywhere in the developed world, and a work culture that's demanding, highly stressful, and highly pressurized. So how can two things exist at the same time? I think to really understand this, we have to understand Korea's very specific cultural wiring. South Korea's rapid economic boom over the last 50 years has been mostly due to survival. After decades of brutal Japanese occupation, the country was devastated by the Korean War, a war that killed millions and permanently divided the whole peninsula. For decades later, the threat of another invasion was real, and under that threat, South Korea had no choice but to develop very fast. That urgency shaped everything: the economy, the education system, and the demands placed on young people. Identity is tied to duty, family, and community beyond the individual. This combination has produced extraordinary outcomes, but the psychological cost has also been real. This is where the idea of health gets complicated, because health cannot simply be life expectancy, the number of hospitals and services, and how people look. There's also emotional and psychological components to health that don't translate easily into metrics, which is why terms like healthy and longevity are sometimes very difficult to define clearly. If we don't get clear on what we mean about health, we may end up optimizing towards the wrong target and admiring outcomes without understanding their costs. Health is physical, it's also emotional and psychological, and that's why it can't be reduced to a single number. So that's why when we talk about health optimization, whether it's for the individual or for a society as a whole, the real question isn't who lives the longest, it's what kind of life those years contain.